Hello again. Right, just a quick service announcement before we get started. You may notice that the dating game has fast forwarded a couple of months since the last recording. This is because after discussion with Kath we decided it would be better if I just did some highlights rather than showing you all the very boring trips to Sol and Barnard Star and back again. So I've just been doing the run. You'll see I've got a few thousand more credits than the last time you saw me. You'll notice I've got a bit more space as well. What I did is the ship had 2 homing missiles in it. I've actually removed them. As you can see, they each take up 1 ton of space, which means we've got a couple of extra tons to play with. The reason we're going to do some recording today, if I can find the blooming job again, there it is. The Federal Military would like us to deliver a message to the Ross 154 system. Now, if you remember, that's where we started a few months ago. Major imports of fruit and veg, heavy plastics, hydrogen fuel. I've just bought some animal meat here from Earth, so we'll sell that. Can't really take anything to trade because they like many of the same imports we do. Although robots are a minor import, we might pick up some robots. Take an extra ton of fuel just in case we need it. Ross 154 is a system where one is occasionally shot at, so we'll see if we do any better this time than we did in our last rather disastrous firefight. Obviously the missiles might be quite handy at this point if we had them, but we'll see how we do without. Just get it far enough away from the station and do the jump. Now, as you'll see, we've arrived here on the 18th. Our message doesn't have to be there until the 23rd, so we should have plenty of time. There's only one place you can really dock in the Ross 154 system, and that is Sirocco Station on Merlin. Just set the autopilot going. Just for those of you that might be interested, last time I checked, the new Frontier development had reached about 500,000 with 50 days to go. Considering they're after 1.25 million, it seems likely they'll reach that goal. Oh, and we're under attack. Right, let's turn that on so we can see who's attacking us. Now, on the plus side here, the purple ship is a slightly larger one than last time, so this guy might be slightly less likely to just try a suicide run. But either way, whoa! Now that, as much as anything else, was to avoid the first strike he might have tried. Whoa! He hit us! Oh! Blooming heck! Right. Well, did a bit better that time, but unfortunately he still decided to hit us. So let's try that one again, shall we? You might have seen, it might not have been up on the screen long enough for you to see, we took some damage there. Our hull went down to 50% and he managed to destroy some of the robots we were carrying. If we'd survived that fight, we would have had to do a damage report, find out exactly what he'd taken out, and to make sure we were still okay to land. Apologies again for this, but as I said when I first started, it has been a long time since I last played, so I'm a little bit out of condition on this. So, let's try that again. I think this time we'll try and do this with as little autopilot as possible, seeing as that seems to keep getting us killed. Then again, we're getting a bit further this time without being attacked, so it might be we're going to have a completely uneventful trip this time. Which on the one hand would get us to our destination, but would be rather dull. This far out we're rather unlikely to be attacked, and in fact, there we go, we're back on the ground at Sirocco Station. And our delivery has been marked as completed. Apparently not important enough to earn us a promotion. Oh, but look! Robots. Now, what I will do while we're here... they don't sell it. I wonder if Barnard's Star do. What I think is that we might actually have enough money to get a military drive now. Now, the difference between a military drive and a hyperdrive, you'll see you've got hydrogen fuel, military fuel. Hydrogen fuel is cheaper. Military fuel will create radioactives in your hull, which obviously you have to pay them to take off your hands. You can jettison them, however there's a chance of damage to the ship, and in some places they're actually illegal, so if you land and you've forgotten to empty your hull, it's quite possible you'll be arrested. Right, now we can't do the 25th of April Barnard's Star mission in time, but we can certainly deliver some medals by the 6th of May. And Barnard's Star might have a military drive. The advantage of it will be it's a much smaller drive. Take some animal meat back with us, and so I'd have even more space to play with. So, off we go again. There's actually somebody else landed here. So there is. There was a guy in the bay next to us. You can actually hail people like that. Send a message to him. What are you doing here? Waiting to load goods for the right price. What's your destination? Not been decided yet. Well, good luck with that. Because our destination has been decided as Barnard's Star. Let's go over here to cook. Specifically, we are going to visit Miller Depot. For those of you that can't tell, with a quick zoom I'm using a double click. It's much quicker, and obviously when I know I want to get to the planet and then zoom out a little bit, it's often the best way to do so. Now again, we're in Barnard's Star. We're very unlikely. In fact, I've never been attacked here. I've heard it can happen, but I have yet to see it in the years I've played, so you never know, it would be a first if it happened while I was recording. And here we are. We would have been 2 days late for that other mission, like I said, but we're in plenty of time for this one. And the military say thank you. Anyone here happen to want to buy some animal meat? Oh, as you can see, some people don't particularly like military drives. Mostly because of the radioactives they produce. Animal meat, animal meat. Anybody wants some animal meat? Nobody wants any animal meat. You shall have the animal meat then. Any chance you sell military drives? Aha, you do. Now you see it costs 25,000. If I remove our hyperdrive, I'd have 23,000 roughly. So we don't quite have enough yet, but you also see our current drive takes up 10 tons of space, whereas the military drive would only take up 6 tons. So it would give us a bit more space, let us carry more cargo. Just a note on this one while we're here, Alpha Centauri do not ever accept missions to Alpha Centauri. Where is it? Down there. Basically, you'll come out somewhere over here and have to fly all the way over to there, which can take weeks of game time, by which point any reasonably deadlined mission is going to have expired, and even most passengers and cargo will say you're taking too long. So what we'll do instead is we will fill up for the standard Sol run, and in the next video I'll probably have a military drive, or just for the sake of showing you how upgrades work I might actually start recording to show you it. But for now, bye bye.